Hey guys, it's me EDJ Reacts here, and I did a reaction a while back, I think like a week or a few days ago, to the first episode of the Sharpe series starring Sean Bean. The first episode was called Sharpe's Rifled, and it did pretty well, considering my usual like movie and historical movie and show reactions, and it seems to still be growing, so definitely was well received and definitely has emboldened me to keep going with this. And yeah, now we're covering episode 2, which is called Sharpe's Eagle. And overall, I really enjoyed the first episode. I really enjoyed, like, I didn't fully know where the story was going. I overall really like the acting, especially from Sean Bean, but I feel like that's a given. The guy's just legendary. And I really like the storyline. And when we left off, they had managed to place the banner or flag of what was the guy's name? Santiago. And yeah, overall that was supposed to help embolden, resistance against the French. And now we were left off with Wellington declaring how he's gonna go march right into Spain and kick some French butt. So that's gonna be really cool to see. Definitely. And yeah, there are many things I can see why this show did really well, and why it still has this great following. The action was good, very practical. I like the use of practicalness, and the acting was great. The storyline's engaging. Like, again, like the first episode, I was actually very engaged. And yeah, I only heard it gets better. So that's really encouraging and exciting. So overall, yeah, I'm really looking forward to just covering this second episode as they go into Spain proper and continue battling the French. So, yes. Before I get started, I just want to say if you want to help support my small but humble channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoy my content, it would really help me out a lot as I'm trying to grow, and I'd really appreciate it a lot. Now, with that said, and now without any further ado, let's just get to it, shall we? Let's watch Sharpe, Episode 2, Sharpe's Eagle. Spain, 1809. Napoleon Bonaparte is the master of Europe. His brother Joseph sits on the throne of Spain. Sir Arthur Wellesley, soon to be Lord Wellington, the British commander, has crossed into Spain. Now, together with his Spanish allies, he will do battle with the French at Talavera.
What? But Maggie's the bell. Oh, easy, sir, easy. Maggie the maggot's done the trick, sir. Your wound's as clean as a whistle. You'll be running around in a week. Sit up now, and I'll give you a nice shave, sir.
Alright, he seems to like Sharpe now to some degree, considering how hostile they were last episode. Who knows, maybe it seems like things are getting on the better.
And what am I sent? Flogged soldiers led by coffee-house fops and commanded by dangerous buffoons.
Sir Henry Simerson on the South Essex.
Quite so. I suspect he's been sent to spy on me.
Well, why not give him something to send back that will spoil their lordship's supper?
Such as what, Hogan?
A victory, sir.
The bridge at Val de la Casa. But Sir Henry Simerson isn't up to it.
No. But Richard Sharpe is.
Richard Sharpe?
Interesting. Brian Cox's character is very interesting to me in that it seems to kind of like be a sponsor for Sharpe and, like constantly bringing him up, like trying to get, like he seems to have taken quite the interest into Sharpe and putting him into positions where he needs to accomplish these missions and stuff, So there's definitely something there that, I'm not sure what his end goal is, but I do find his character interesting and what exactly he wants from Sharpe as well.
The South Essex, Hogan. All mine.
Sir Henry. Oh, sorry you've missed the parade, sir.
Damn it. Missed it, have we? A dozen of the bastards pretended to faint from the heat. By God, I'll flog the fainting out of them! Drill them, Mr. Denny!
Yes, sir!
Make them jump to it, Mr. Denny!
I wonder how he keeps them looking so shiny.
He flogs them.
Alright, so this is an introduction to another character who seems like kind of like the how do you say a hard butt? I'm sorry, I don't curse. Alright, someone very strict and that's interesting, definitely, for sure.
Major, I introduce the jewel in our crown, Josefina Countess Lacosta. The late Count fell at Vimiero.
You bear the loss with great fortitude, ma'am.
The Countess is traveling under the protection of my nephew, Lieutenant Christian Gibbons. Now, this is his friend, Lieutenant Berry.
Is that Daniel Craig? Am I wrong? Is that Daniel Craig? Holy crap. Yeah, I was like confused there first. I was like, oh my gosh. I hope I'm right. I'm not just saying something wrong, but that looks like Daniel Craig. Wow, okay. That caught me off guard. So many actors I'm starting to recognize.
Have pity, Sir Henry. There've been much sun the hot sun all day.
No lectures from you, Major Lennox. Mr. Berry, 75 lashes for Dobbs tomorrow morning when he could have
Yeah, okay, so definitely this Simmerson character. They're definitely trying to make you like him off the bat. Very strict, very no nonsense, and not likable off the bat, so yeah, okay, that's interesting. Tells me he's gonna perhaps be trouble, especially when he starts interacting with Sharpe and the Rifles, who by comparison to his own men aren't as put together, you know. So I'm perhaps foreseeing conflict between the two. So that's just an speculation, though. We'll see.
Well, let's just say I want your opinion. Sir Henry apart. The South Essex, what do you make of them? Man for man.
They're flogged soldiers, sir. And flogging teaches a soldier only one lesson.
What's that, Richard?
How to turn his back.
Now this is the town of Val de la Casa. There's a bridge here not marked. Wellesley wants us to destroy it.
Can you just wave in the general direction of the French, sir?
To get to the bridge?
You want me? No. And you can't order me, sir. Bad leg wound. Doctor says so.
Oh, well, that's a pity now, because you miss a chance to see Teresa.
Teresa.
Okay. Okay. Like I said, I really like Brian Cox's character because to some degree he's kind of an enigma. He's beyond connected to people. Seems to have informants and is operating kind of like with bigger goals that he's not fully revealing to people. Like last episode with the whole flag thing, he was involved with it. Even like not, he kind of doesn't like show all his like his full deck, as it were. And like I said, has a lot of influence. Even he just said might be in with the king himself. So I don't know. I find him interesting because he doesn't like tell everything, but he seems to like be very cunning and getting what he wants. And here we have this mission now where Sharpe needs to go destroy this bridge, and as incentive, getting you know, him reuniting with Teresa. So, you know, it's interesting, you know, how he manages to get him kind of more on board by mentioning her. And yeah, so this is gonna be an interesting episode. Sharpe's injured, but he needs to go do a very dangerous mission, so I don't know.
But you find Sharpe, his crack company, his very words.
By God, I think he means it, Pat. Well, which one, sir? The Coldstream Guards? Oh, never. Too much to vote for.
The South Essex Sharpe.
And that's why they're there? Okay. So, like I said, I was kind of expecting Sharpe and Simerson to now like kind of collide, and it seems like that's why they're there to help. So, like I said, I'm expecting like conflict because like Simerson's very beyond strict, like everyone needs to kind of be perfect and put together, and you know all that, while the rifles are like not that, you know, definitely more rugged, and you know, not as strict. So like I said, I'm like almost expecting the two to start like hating each other off the bat if they interact.
Clean them up. I want them ready for the road tomorrow.
Right, lads. Fall in. We've a bit of a bridge to blow up.
We ain't going anywhere, Sarge.
Anywhere?
Nowhere, Sarge. We ain't gonna get ourselves killed. Just so Sharpe can become a captain.
Besides, we've not been bloody well paid for bloody well 6 weeks.
So, that's it. You don't want the son of a whore to raise himself out of the dirt and stand the same height as Simerson, and he's no good nephew. You want Sharpe to know his place, the same way ye knew your place when you first joined the Rifles. What were ye? Broken down scribblers like Harris, poor little bastards like Perkins, Bible thumpers like Tom, poachers and picklocks like Hagman and Cooper. What were ye? Dust on a boot. But look at you now. Chosen men. Men who wear the white cord of courage. Picked out and promoted. Why? Because you didn't know your place. Picked out because you pushed your way to the front and proved that you were braver men than those around you. Because you wanted to prove you were better men than you were ever born to be. There's no sin being born in the dirt, boys. But it's a terrible sin to want to stay there.
Whoa, what the Whoa, okay, this is a lot of character development that just happened right here. What the heck? This is so different. Like, episode 1, Harper was so, like, basically the main opposition against Sharpe. Constantly fighting him. Yet the complete, I love the complete 180, and obviously, you know, definitely him proving that he was loyal, not giving up the box, and Sharpe not handing him over to essentially be executed, definitely made things much better between the two, to the point now that they just get along. Actually, they're like, yeah, he's basically become like Sharpe's like second in command right there, right? So wow, dang, like that's like already so much character development for Harper in just like 2 episodes. Wow.
When an officer says step aside, you step aside. Maybe this will help you to remember.
Dangerous street for a lady, ma'am. Should take a man with you.
Yeah, okay, so we're starting to see the conflict now. Yeah, again, like, the men of Essex is what they said. Yeah, definitely heavily protocol, definitely higher up, more, I guess, I don't think elitist is the word, or is it? I don't know. But, you know, and again, like, Sharpe ain't that kind of guy, nor is his rifles, as we've seen, so instantly, yeah, we're starting to see that now.
Death is certainly the penalty for striking that officer, sir. That was Sharpe of the 95th. What? The ragamuffin that jumped from the ranks? By God, sir, I'll teach him to touch a gentleman. I'll call him out, sir. I'll see him at dawn. A duel! Oh, give me your hands, sir. You're a brave fellow, Gibbons. Sharpe's a killer. Killed 3 French cavalrymen and saved Wellesley's life. 3 seconds, slash, cut, thrust. And that's while he was still a sergeant. Shall we say 6 o'clock tomorrow morning in the field behind the camp? Or shall we say it was damn dark?
Oh my goodness.
You made a damn bad mistake.
Don't worry, old boy. Sharpe is a dead man.
Oh my goodness.
I saw the 78th advance. On their own. The man who made a name for himself on that day was an officer of the 78th. A man by the name of Lennox.
A long time ago.
Lieutenant Sharpe, sir.
No, you're not. You're a damn disgrace. Get him a decent jacket.
No, sir. This is the green jacket of my regiment, sir. The 95th. It is an honor to wear it, sir.
Well, you may get to fight too, Sharpe. Done any soldiering?
A little, sir.
You look old for a lieutenant.
I came from the ranks, sir.
You mean you're not a gentleman?
All right, there. Yeah, I was expecting like this like conflict. Again, that's kind of like gonna be a big theme. I feel like in this show, right? That Sharpe coming through the ranks and like not being looked highly upon because of his more humble origin.
Mighty pleased to meet you, Mr. Sharpe. From America, sir.
No, sir. From Virginia.
Captain Leroy is one of those brave American loyalists who refused to accept the ravages of democracy, and whose father fought for his king against Washington. I hope you know your place, Sharpe.
You've made it very clear, sir.
Tell me, who made you an officer?
Sir Arthur Wellesley, sir.
Wellesley! Ha! Wellesley don't know what makes a good soldier. Not many do. Do you know Mr. Sharpe?
Yes.
And what makes a good soldier, Sharpe?
The ability to fire 3 rounds a minute in any weather, sir.
3 a minute? The South Essex can fire 2 on a good day. You think you could do better, Mr. Sharpe?
Yes, sir.
You have until sunset, sir. Any man who cannot fire 3 rounds a minute will be flogged.
They fire 3 rounds a minute. You fire 2. By sunset tomorrow, you'll all be dead. Pours the powder, spits the bullet. No ramrod. Just a gentle tap of the butt to send it down. You save 20 seconds. Now the trick is to keep the muzzle up to stop the bloody bullet falling out. Of course, the muzzle needs to point up anyway. The frog coming towards you is high up on a horse. Right. Let's get to work. Double ranks, Mr. Denny.
Double ranks?
Alright, so this is interesting. Yeah, so Sharpe from Simerson is now kind of tasked with getting these guys into firing to be way more proficient from the 2 rounds to the 3 rounds. So that's really cool. We're definitely seeing Sharpe as a, you know, I think a great, a really, I think when it comes to leadership, a lot of people I think nowadays do value the idea of a leader who they can relate to, kind of like someone who understands their struggles. And usually I feel like in most stories, the leader from humble origins who climbs through the ranks is usually the one, you know, like most praised, the one who gets who's most effective, the one who people usually like the most. And you know, like a real soldier's soldier is Sharpe, and he's able to relate and help in a way that someone of a higher, you know, richer background probably couldn't. You know, Simerson's way of getting things done is beating the crap out of out of people who mess up, you know, through the flogging, while Sharpe is let me just show you hands-on and like teach you without beating you up. Like I mean, granted though, we did see last episode definitely Sharpe did beat up at least Harper, but you know, kind of like, you know, when they're cooperating with him, he's not resorting to violence. So yeah, I think that's a really interesting change that this series has, you know, shown, is how do you say, the idea that like, you know, he's gonna have to like be at odds with the, you know, quote unquote gentleman, and you know, he has to prove himself even more in that regard due to his humble origin, that he's someone who rose through merit instead of money or status, which doesn't seem to be the norm, at least, you know, so far as they're showing.
And Mr. Denny, if you see any man doing anything not in the manual,
take his name, sir.
give him half a pint of rum on the spot, Mr. Denny.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, so what's the lady's name? Costa? La Costa seems to be quite smitten with Sharpe, as you know, Sharpe just, you know, seems to she definitely seems interested in him, so that's interesting. I'm wondering where that's gonna go.
Hey, damn it, Josephina. I was worried about you.
What? Did you think that Mr. Sharpe had stolen me away?
3 shots in 10 seconds in hand, sir.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. 4 shots the minute!
Dang. And that's why, again, showing that Sharpe's a much more effective teacher, because he's battle-hardened, he knows what he's doing, and he can relate. He's one of the boys, as the kids say. So that's why he's a great leader.
Have you ever been in battle, Christian?
No, hope to. Bloody good fun, eh?
I saw Vimero. It made me cry.
My goodness. Yeah, that's hilarious. Sharpe just kind of keeps... Yeah, I'm liking the conflict between the two, right? Sharpe just kind of keeps showing up, in so many ways. He keeps gaining W's while giving the men of Essex L's, you know? So I really like this conflict, though I'm wondering if it's like gonna boil over into something much more heated, because, you know, definitely you do get the sense, I'm guessing of a growing, perhaps, jealousy, with Simmerson and his men and Sharpe. You know, Sharpe is proven to be more effective in training soldiers. You know, he's actually gaining the seemingly affections of Josephina. He's, you know, with this now, like, kind of just like, you get what I mean? And there is something I think with, interesting, is that Simmerson seems to kind of have this, he seems to idolize war, or like the soldiering lifestyle. He's like, yeah, this is soldiering, you know, marching and training and all this. Like, you know, he seems to, you know, and the whole idea that war is like something great or natural. And, you know, but like on the other side, we have Sharpe, who is probably, I'm willing to guess, more acquainted with the idea of, like, you know, I guess, like, the violence of war. Definitely seems to be more like, yeah, you know, a much better soldier and much more in, like, tune with stuff, while Simmerson, on his literal high horse, doesn't fully grasp. So I think that reality is starting to sink on them. And yeah, I'm almost wondering, like, you know, how tensions are gonna escalate even further, you know?
Boys, who's for an apple?
Pay him.
How dare you, sir?
The Spanish are our allies, sir. We do not loot comrades in arms.
Don't lecture me on allies, sir. We're on our way to meet a high-ranking Spanish colonel. That's what I call an ally, not some stinking peasant.
General Wellesley's orders are to pay for all food and drink, sir.
Wellesley's a fool. The French live off the land, why not us? You want to pay him, Mr. Sharpe. Pay him from your own purse.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to, like, humiliate him, like, how, look at how broke you are. Like, yeah.
Is this Narda too, eh?
Hey, you rot.
Oh, what the heck?
Dragon!
Don't move, Sir Henry. Sharpshooter, sir. all aiming at you. Comandante Teresa, leader of the guerrillas. The Spanish call her the Needle. Don't ask why.
Wow. Oh, that's wild. I did not see that coming. So that's cool. Teresa's back.
Well, you might as well have the maid since you can't have the mistress.
Dang.
The Countess has troubles. I'll give you 3 guineas on her. You win, and you go and pay her maids. I'm sure she'll show her gratitude.
What happens if you win, old boy, huh?
Then I go and pay her maids.
It appears the Countess is a wee bit hard up, sir. And you know, she wasn't born a Countess at all, but sort of, well, worked her way up through the ranks.
So did I, Harper.
Condesa, no te burles de mí. Puedo pedir dinero prestado a Hogan. Así que todo el mundo lo sabe. No, nadie está seguro. Enséñales el dinero y todos callarán. ¿Y a ti qué te importa? ¿Nunca has tenido dinero en tu vida? Lo tuve. Los gabachos me lo robaron todo. ¿Qué quieres a cambio? Quiero ver sus caritas cuando les enseñes el dinero. Gibbons y Barry. Esos don Juanes solo se atreven con mujeres sin dinero. ¿Por qué escondes tus sentimientos? Eres buena.
Okay, this is very interesting with the Countess. We've kind of established that she seems to be having money problems as, you know, not being able, as this big, like, plot point is, you know, her not paying her maids. So yeah, there definitely is, like, I'm wondering where this plot line is going, like, what's gonna be the payoff. I'm trying to think. She also seems interested in Sharpe, though. And that's probably just because Sharpe is a handsome man. But, you know, I'm wondering, like, you think they're gonna go with, like, a... like, a love triangle? That would be hilarious if that's where it goes. But, I'm trying to speculate where this goes, because definitely there are points in the show where I don't know what the heck these, like, characters or plot lines are heading. But, they even seem chiller in Sharpe's camp, though. I mean, granted, he's having to deal with the men of Essex, and that's the conflict, but at least within the Rifles itself, things are going very smoothly, as his leadership seems to not be as disputed as it was the first episode. So far, at least, in his camp, things seem to kind of be stable, and yeah, that's a really, really cool thing.
What's that for, old boy?
The Countess has been very naughty. Making eyes at Sharpe, making little of you, making a fool of Sir Henry, calling herself a Countess. Very naughty indeed. Naughty girls get spanked and put to bed.
Ew, dude. Yeah, I just got the ick.
This or this?
How about this?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dang, dude, Barry's kicking Sharpe's butt right now.
What's got you boys all riled up?
The honor of the South Essex, sir. Lieutenant Barry unmasked this woman as an imposter and asked her to leave. This woman can't even pay her own servants. I want her out of the camp tonight. Mr. Barry, see to it. Bag and baggage.
This woman is under my protection, sir.
What? How dare you, sir?
Oh my
I hold an
goodness.
officer's commission. It is both my right and my duty to take a woman in distress into my care.
Guess he's got that right.
Only if he can pay for her protection.
Mr. Berry is right, Captain Leroy. Mr. Sharpe must pay the servants.
Hey, Mr.
Yeah, again, they keep putting in those comments about Sharpe, like knowing he's not rich and wealthy. So like keep putting him in situations like you pay. You know, I think it's meant to definitely demean and humiliate him, you know, and like really yeah, like show it's like a subtle power play, right? Well, not really subtle, but but like a power move. So yeah, it's like very it's meant to be demeaning. My goodness, like just talk about some of the most dislikable. Like this show did a really good job of just trying to make these guys as like hateable as possible. You know, literally he was trying to like rape her right there. Like definitely, you know. So my goodness.
Sharpe. You dropped your purse when you was tussling with a young gentleman.
Wow. Yeah, so the only likable, he's like the only likable, at least so far, likable character in the Essex camp. It's interesting because, you know, he's a English royalist. He fought against Washington and remained, you know, loyal to the UK. So it's interesting, and you know, from Virginia, but he definitely has that like. So far, I mean, I don't know if he's about to get worse as the series progresses. So, and these comments might age horribly, but so far he's like the only likable, or at least tolerable member of the Essex camp, and definitely comes across a lot more humble and level-headed and more aware, than you know Simerson or Barry or Christian. Yeah, so. I don't know. So far, like I'm just saying, I'm not sure if that'll change dramatically, but he seems like the cool one. So far, the only cool one.
How are you dead, Mr. Sharpe?
And I, Leroy.
Okay, so definitely very interesting. Leroy helping him out, seeming to be the only, you know, seems like a cool dude, minus the slave owning part, but to be fair, even in America there was still slavery for quite a while. Like it was something, you know, I think hadn't the UK actually got the head start in abolishing slavery. I don't know when specifically they did it. I believe they did it before America too. So, you know, they have that over us. It's kind of, I always thought it was embarrassing that America took too long to get rid of slaves. You know, I know there's a lot to it, but like I obviously as someone who's disgusted by the idea of slavery, I am a little bit unhappy with that part of our history that we had it around for as long as we did. But I guess better later than never, so in terms of abolishing it. And I didn't mention this last episode, but every time I see Teresa, I'm really bad with names, by the way. I apologize. Like, it's gonna take me a while to remember a lot of characters' names, so, like, sometimes if I mispronounce them or just don't say them, I apologize. I swear I am paying attention. I'm just really bad with names, like, for some reason. Like, I'll know an entire character in person, but I'll still, like, struggle with, like, remembering the name. So I do apologize for that. That's a weakness I have. But point is, she looks exactly like my Spanish teacher, like 2 years ago when I was still in university. I had to take like a Spanish class to like it was like one of those even though I was an English major, I had to like, you know, it was a part of the requirements that I take a foreign language, and I was like, well, I'm familiar enough with Spanish, I'll go with that. And like my teacher was from Spain actually, which is really cool. And she looks very similar to Teresa, and the only difference is she was like thinner, and her hair was like looking like it was like kind of leaning towards reddish more, but like brownish reddish. But like every time she pops up on screen, I just keep being reminded of her. I'm just like, it's like jarring, you know, like, oh. Also, I did not have a great time in that class. Like I passed with an A, thank God, but like I'm not the best when speaking in Spanish. Like I can hold conversations, small ones, and like kind of get my point across, but I can't really speak it well. And I speak with an accent. Like, you know, you can tell I'm a gringo, as they call. So, I did struggle, and I did embarrass myself a lot, but it's okay, because I passed with an A. So, but it took a lot of work, though. Sorry, sidetrack. It's just every time I see her, I just keep getting reminded. It's jarring to me.
You're lucky to have him. He's lucky to have me.
Period. Yeah, they definitely seem endgame. You know, like that. This for a second there, it seemed like I thought for a second like, yeah, the Countess and like Sharpe were about to like, you know, because she seemed really smitten with him, but it seems like Sharpe is still, you know, more on Teresa. So yeah, I'm thinking they seem endgame. Though I don't know. Sometimes when I haven't seen the full series yet, so I'm not sure how many of my comments will age horribly as we go along. You know, but so far they seem like, yeah, they seem very kindred spirits in that sense. They're both kind of, you know, soldiers. They seem to have that understanding, as she was from higher society, but after what the French did, she kind of, you know, is now living a very different lifestyle than she would have, and, you know, no longer that the rich higher up that she was when, you know, pre-French attack. And I think like her like lifestyle is kind of like a fighter and a soldier really work well with Sharpe, since I feel like in that sense they're very kindred, both knowing hardship and, you know, kind of, I don't know, I feel like they're the most compatible.
You'll take men on the colours and chase away those damn French.
But we are about to destroy the bridge, sir, and these are very green troops.
Do you discipline my orders, sir?
I have never disobeyed an order in my life, sir.
French cavalry! Chosen men!
Alright, battle scene, heck yeah. Yeah, so the idea you definitely get is that Simerson, way too hasty and against good judgment, went and attacked the French, who were there just waiting in the weeds to jump them. So again, showing again another example of Simerson's bad leadership and bad call, that all it did was put his guys in trouble. Oh, holy crap. Man, they just stole their standard, oh my god. That was a really big thing, they just stole the flag, and I know that they used to carry standards. I mean, I heard of even like the Roman legions all the way back then carrying like eagle standards, and it's something that is an interesting aspect in war that I always found, and you do hear it a lot in the Napoleonic Wars, like, you know, them carrying their standards and whatnot, and flags. And, you know, oftentimes when they get it stolen, it's a morale hit and whatnot. So, yeah, I think that's kind of what it's meant to be, and I think that's why this episode's called Sharpe's Eagle, because I was kind of expecting something like that to happen, you know? So, we have a few minutes left. We're only 58 minutes in. So, we'll have like, yeah, almost like an hour, and then we'll have 38 minutes left. I'm guessing I'm just gonna speculate getting that flag back is gonna be a plot point. Or I could be wrong, but like, I don't know, that seems like a big thing to lose. Oh dang, he died?
I lost the colors.
Oh my gosh.
I want an eagle. An imperial eagle. Touched by the hand of Bonaparte himself. Hey, Sharpe. It's got a brass point. You push it in deep so I can feel it.
Dang, man.
You've lost the colours, sir. The king's own colours touched by his own hand.
Yeah, that's a major F up. Holy crap, dude. That's like... Wow. Again, like, I definitely like that you definitely see just, the seriousness of that. And I also like that the French so far in this series has just been, like, really... their role is to kind of show up out of nowhere, jump, you know, the characters and then just leave. I kind of like that. But yeah, Simmerson, man, and he got a bunch of guys killed with his things, so holy crap.
Take my advice and a pistol and go behind that tent and blow out what's left of your brains.
Dude literally said just kill yourself.
Continue, Sir Henry. Well, sir, on first sighting the French, I naturally gave the order to advance. That's my style, sir. The South Essex crossed over the bridge and engaged the enemy. Major Lennox panicked. So then I fell back in good order and destroyed the bridge, sir.
That's a way to put it. You got characters who saw that.
I have written to Horse Guard, sir, to state that the South Essex acquitted itself most commendably in discharging both your general orders to engage the enemy and your particular order to destroy the bridge, sir.
Did any officer distinguish himself?
Lieutenant Gibbons led the advance, sir. You may say that he is tied to me by blood. But is it a tie of blood to tie my tongue and rob a brave man of his just reward? No, sir.
Oh my goodness.
I recommend Lieutenant Gibbons be gazetted captain, sir.
And Lieutenant Sharpe?
Lieutenant Sharpe didn't, sir. He was cut off when we destroyed the bridge.
This is a report from Major Hogan, which differs somewhat from your account, Sir Henry.
Major Hogan is merely an engineer, sir.
Major Hogan's coat buttons up tight over a number of other duties, Sir Henry. Major Hogan reports a number of losses, Sir Henry. He says you first lost your head, and instead of destroying the bridge, you marched over it. He says you then lost your nerve and ran from a small French patrol. He says you lost 10 men, a major, and 2 sergeants. He says you finally lost your sense of honor and destroyed the bridge, cutting off a rescue party led by Lieutenant Sharpe. Major Hogan leaves the worst to the last. He says you lost the king's colors.
The fault was not...
My goodness. Yeah. Yeah, again, Hogan, MVP, just telling the truth. Yeah, Wellington looks pissed, and rightfully so.
Not mine, sir. Major Lennox must answer.
Major Lennox answered with his life, as you should have done if you had any sense of honor. You lost the colors of the King of England. You disgraced us, sir. You shamed us, sir. You will answer.
My goodness. Like I said, the acting in this series is amazing. Especially from Wellington. Wellington, I kind of like, he's just like, you know, kind of this reoccurring character. Definitely, like, I don't know, like, I like I guess the vibe he gives, or the aura of definitely, like, harsh but fair. And at this point, especially, like, with Sharpe and whatnot, but, like, yeah, rightfully so, like, dang, man. intense.
The South Essex is stood down in name. If I wipe the name, I may wipe the shame. I am making you a battalion of detachments you will fetch and carry. The Light Company put up a fight, so I will let it stand under the command of a new captain.
To be commanded by the newly gazetted Captain Gibbons?
To be commanded by the newly gazetted Captain Sharpe, sir.
Heck yeah.
I have a cousin at Horse Guard, sir. And I have friends at court.
A man who loses the king's colours loses the king's friendship. You have two choices. To hide in England or be a hero in Spain. I shall help you to be a hero. We had a skirmish with the French today. Tomorrow we shall have a battle. You will be the first to see a French column, sir. It is not a pretty sight. What you do then, sir, is up to you. Good morning.
Wow. Completely decimated him verbally, and rightfully so. Someone needed to humble him. I'm glad it was Wellington who did it.
There is talk about an Imperial Eagle, Sharpe. There is talk of a promise made to the late Major Lennox. Tell me on oath that the talk is just idle gossip, Sharpe, or by God, sir, I promise you will walk out of that door a lieutenant.
I swear on oath that no one heard me make any promise in respect of an Imperial Eagle to Major Lennox, sir.
It's really cool. So far, I'm wondering how high Sharpe will go in this series. Because Lieutenant, now Captain. Like, actually, in just 2 episodes, wow. Definitely rising through the ranks, which I really like. So I'm wondering how far it'll go, and rightfully so. So far, Wellington is definitely, yeah, I guess playing just the big good in the sense that he captures, like, he has an eye for talent and for merit rather than, you know, Burr for status. Which so far makes him the only, like, well, him and Hogan, but so far, the only characters who are of high rank who don't really play the whole politics of money and status and kind of prefer merit and see that a lot in Sharpe. So, I think that's makes them definitely cool and makes them really stand out from others, you know?
A duel.
Dang. Okay, so the idea of the duel has popped up before. Christian, like, realized dueling Sharpe was suicidal, so he backed off. But, Barry seems like he's gonna go through with it. Which would be an interesting way to get rid of him, because he's several times shown that he wants Sharpe dead. So, you know, definitely getting rid of him. That might how they do it, but dang. Dueling is such a, yeah, it's something in history that was always, like, wild to me, especially, like, in armies where people would duel either with rapiers or just with pistols. I know that the French army, I think Napoleon outlawed it because he was, like, worried about everyone killing each other. So, I'm not sure if the English army had those kind of restrictions or not. Or will be one of those illegal duels, but oh well.
You don't see a battle. You hear it. Black powder blasting by the ton on all sides. Black smoke blinding you and choking you.
And that's a great way to put it. Or, the idea of, like, you can't see, but you can hear everything in a battle. Especially out of all the smoke. That's a great way to put it. Almost more terrifying, because you don't know what the heck's going on. Definitely more panic-inducing, especially if you can't see. That's a great way to put it. This show has a lot of great, like, quotes, I feel. Like, it's a very quotable show.
Now, you and I know you can fire 3 rounds a minute. But can you stand?
Yeah, that's the thing about, like, especially with, like, battles. Like, you kind of have to have nerves of steel. Because, you know, when you're seeing everyone around you get, like, killed, or, like, blown by, you know, whether bullets or freaking cannons, I imagine, yeah, like, the first instinct I feel like that most humans have is to run away from danger. Yet, you know, the idea of you have to keep in perfect formation and not break, but keep, like, holding your own, does require a lot of nerves of steel. And that's why definitely soldiers deserve so much praise for just going through that and not panicking.
Barry and Gibbons are here with the riding crop. They got out the window when they heard us on the stairs. She's all right, Sharpe.
Yeah, Barry has to go. Like, dang, he's like keeps showing up and just causing so much trouble. Oh my god, holy...
Treated me like an animal.
Dude, someone needs to get rid of Barry. Like, he needs to go, bro.
And I have to say, it was an absolute pleasure to arrange.
Good. My goodness, they're so evil. They're so evil, oh my goodness. So far, this episode has been interesting, because last episode, the external threat was the French. They were just, you know, granted, Sharpe also had to deal with insubordination, like with Harper and, you know, and stuff. But for the most part, the main focus that everyone was against the French and accomplishing the mission with the flag. This is like, this episode, like, the French have taken the back seat as it's basically internal politics of Sharpe and having to deal with, you know, the villains or the antagonists are fellow, you know, people within the English army. So that's definitely a different, like, switch of focus in terms of antagonist, but a very welcomed one. I really like that. Oh snap. Dang, he got shot. Ooh. Ooh, dang. Yeah, someone has to die now, right? Like, Barry or Sharpe. I feel like it'd be hard to continue this, like, for more episodes. I don't know what the heck is gonna happen, man, but... yeah. Also, the way it was framed, it was definitely Barry who shot Sharpe to... I get the idea that this was meant that one of them was gonna die, like, not in an official duel, but, like, you know, Hogan arranging these two to go. I think it was set up to, like, as an indirect way to be like, well, they can kill each other, just, you know, make it look like an accident, essentially, kind of way, you know?
I've decided not to wait till dawn. I'm going to kill you tonight. But there's no hurry. I want to hear you beg for mercy first. So I'm going to kick you again. And again. And then you can beg. This is going to hurt quite a bit, old boy.
Soul, the soul boy.
Oh, snap. My goodness. Yo, Harper, MVP. Again, I have liked seeing Harper and, Sharpe just kind of, like, get along and just be on each other's side. I feel like that's kind of been, like, my favorite part of this episode. Like, the growth already. Compared to last one, where they were just trying to keep fighting every few minutes. So it's definitely a good development.
Is it true that tomorrow you will try to take a French eagle?
Lennox died at the bridge. We lost the colors.
And I thought you had more sense.
And I thought you knew me better.
Yeah, they're endgame. They have to be. There's no other way it can end.
He knows that on his right, the French will not attack the fort. He knows that on his left, Simerson will run. And in the center, he knows that Daddy Hill will stand. And what are your intentions, Sir Arthur?
Why, Hogan, I mean to give the French a damn good thrashing.
Heck yeah.
Devil's that?
God. Oh my God, Southern's fall back!
We can only hope to die as bravely. See the French show up, run. I love how his cowardice literally plays into Wellington's strategy. Like, this is all a part of the plan. That's hilarious. Definitely a coward, man. The standard, the eagle. Need to get that eagle.
They're running more!
Dang. Yeah, the action scenes are actually even better than the first episode. Like, I feel like so much has definitely... This show is definitely... I'm not sure even if it's fully hit its stride, because I do hear it just keeps getting better and better. Just, I'm assuming the momentum's just gonna keep going. But, yeah, like, I don't know, just something about the action shots and, like, stuff definitely, I feel like are outdoing even episode 1 right now. And again, like, you can tell definitely that they don't have hundreds, thousands of men like, you know, the Waterloo movie or War and Peace. But, like, with what they have, like I said, it's they do a great job of, like, showing, you know, as much as they can with what they have, you know, on their, definitely limited budget compared to those movies. But yeah, I feel like the action scenes are definitely better. Especially this one. This is so far, I think, been the best we've seen of the entire show. It's only episode 2. That's the thing. I'm, like, praising the show so much, and I'm like, dang, we have so much left to go. There's so much left, you know? So it's only gonna get better from here on out, for sure. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. Heck yeah, we got the Eagle standard at last. So definitely, I think I was right. I think I said that earlier, right? That I think getting the Eagle standard would be a part of something. Oh snap! Oh my goodness!
I came to say goodbye, Richard.
Vaya con Dios, Josefina.
Oh my goodness. Dang, dude. Sharpe is just that irresistible, huh? Like, literally every woman in this show's in love with him. Dang. Thank goodness Teresa wasn't there.
You have ambition, which could be the making of you. But you also have a romantic soul, which could be the breaking of you. Ambition and romance is a poisonous brew. And I mean to distill the one from the other.
You questioning my loyalty, sir?
That's interesting. I think that the idea of ambition with Sharpe is the interesting one, because I think we covered in the first episode that he seemed really unhappy with his promotion. And that was a big point of contention. No one else was happy with it, and he also seemed incredibly unhappy with it. Yet there's this idea of the captain, and him just mentioning he needed the Eagle thing to solidify it, so... That's an interesting development of Sharpe and this ambition, which I hadn't took him for, especially after the first episode, but... I guess that's another growing change.
So you want to be alone? No. Neither do I.
Oh wow, and he's actually gonna fulfill that, like, that Lennox's final words, right, of the Eagle standard. Wow, it all comes full circle. And that was episode 2 of Sharpe. So overall, I'm really enjoying this show. I'm really liking the development of certain characters, and yeah, I'm just like, I am really invested in where this is going. I don't know how this is gonna all end. So I like that aspect, that the show definitely keeps me on my toes on what's happening and whatnot. So overall, just a great show. And on the video right here, because I gotta go edit this to make sure it gets on YouTube. So yeah, I'll see you guys whenever, if this video does well, you know, I'll definitely be continuing for sure, hopefully, if more people still want me to. And yeah.